5.9. Dito tayo sa totoo. Simulcast sa True TV sa Signal Channel 19.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Mainit at makabuluhang talakayan tungkol sa sports, kumpleto yan dito sa Power and Play. Mula sa mga paborito at naglalakihang atleta hanggang sa mga natatanging Pinoy sports figures na dapat niyong makilala. Ihahatid yan dito sa Power and Play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo. Ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulot, sumbe, sibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing nating katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play is presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo, pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Power and Play. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Pilipinas tayo na, bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na. Bangon na. Bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na.
Carlos Eala with 2 gold medals. Power and Play with Noli Eala.
It is a red letter day sa Power and Play, mga kapatid, as we are power packed today sa ating pong palatuntunan. Kaya po huwag kayong bibitaw sapagkat napakaganda ng ating mga panauhin. Kaya bangon na! Power and Play na! Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, mga kapatid, mula po sa aming 1PH Studios dito po sa TV5 Media Center. Ito po ang Power and Play at kami po ay bumabati sa inyong lahat ng isang magandang umaga. Bagamat kaninang umaga ay medyo may pag-ambon. Nakakapagtaka actually dahil nasa Abril na tayo. Iba pa rin ang panahon, hindi pa rin yung sobrang init, mga kapatid. Kaya siguro magpasalamat na rin tayo dahil hindi tayo masyado pang tinatamaan ng matinding init. Pero ingat-ingat lang po, lalong-lalo na ang ating mga kapatid na patuloy na nagbubuno na para sa kanilang pamilya, yung mga nagtatrabaho po, yung mga hanay ng ating po mga kapatid sa hanap buhay. Of course, binabati po natin lahat ng mga nakikinig sa atin sa 1PH, sa Signal TV, sa True TV, Channel 19 on Signal as well. And of course, yung po mga nakikinig sa atin sa 105.9 True FM. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Yun naman mga nakikinig sa atin at nanonood all over the world sa Facebook Live. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat po mula sa amin dito sa Power and Play. Ang inyong pong paboritong kasalo tuwing Sabado ng umaga. At of course, hindi po kompleto ang ating show kung hindi ko po kasama ang aking kaibigan at partner, the man for all seasons, Jera Season. Morning, partner.
Good morning, partner. Tulad ng sabi mo, isang makulimlim na umaga para sa atin lahat na kailangan yata ay magpasalamat tayo. At medyo may extension pa tayo ng konti bago pumasok ang tag-init. Pero kamusta po sa inyo lahat? Tulad ng sabi ng aking partner, ay hitik na hitik tayo. Abangan ninyo at maganda ang ating pag-uusapan, ang mga paksa at ang maaring mga darating
nabisita.
Nabisita.
Ayan. Ito ano na lang, isang pag-introduce ng ating mga magiging bisita po. Mamaya po sa ating second hour, actually sa first hour pa lang, it is a lengthy interview, one-on-one interview sa ating pong pinagmamalaking tennis pride ng Pilipinas, si Alex Eala. Mamaya po yan. Pakinggan nyo po ang ating naging panayam sa kanya just a few hours ago. Kasi alam nyo po, nasa Spain na po si Alex ngayon kasama ng kanyang pamilya at nagtitraining na po sa Rafa Nadal Academy, partner. Alam mo naman, 6-hour difference. Gusto niya mag-live pero sabi niya, Tito, alas 2 ng umaga yan. Matulugin mo naman ako. kaya po hindi natin siya makuha ng live. But just a few hours ago, nakausap po natin si Alex and napakaganda po ng ating naging usapan, ika nga doon. Oo
nga, ako nanghihinayang dahil baka gusto ko rin makasama doon sa kwan. Kaso nga lang, alam mo, yung oras kasi ni Alex Eala doon, at sakto naman, kagabi, may parang despedida ako sa aking kapatid na pabalik na sa Amerika.
Kinakamusta ka naman ni Alex.
Ganun ba?
Sabi niya,
si Alex Magno ba yan o Alex Santos?
Alex!
Alex!
Nasa Cebu to eh.
Okay, naglalaro.
Binabati natin yung ating po mga kaibigan sa Cebu. Of course, mamaya po yan, Alex Eala. Siya po ang ating makakapanayam. Mamaya, abangan niyo po yan. A very, very long, lengthy and thorough interview with our tennis phenom. Mamaya rin po sa ating second hour, pinag-usapan ng mga batang talent, partner. Ito, mga batang pro golfers ng Pilipinas na ngayon ay nagbibigay na rin po ng karangalan at tagumpay sa ating bansa. Ang kapapanalo pa lamang na dun sa Asian Development Tour na si Aidric Chan at si Carl Corpus, isa sa pinakamagaling na young golfers ng Pilipinas na parehong nag-aral sa Amerika. Nag-training sa kolehiyo sa Amerika, sa universidad. At ngayon po ay nagka-campaign na sila sa Philippine Golf Tour. Sila po ang ating mga kasama din mamaya-maya. At, siyempre, ang ating buena mano na pasabog. At ating po makakasama in just a short while ay isang sorpresa.
Surprise!
Sorpresa yan. Well, bago tayo magpatuloy, partner, gusto lang nating congratulate yung mga bagong hirang na players na inilagay po sa 50 greatest players ng PBA, partner. At alam niyo naman,
yan, para alam na. 10 yan. Dahil dati kasi yung 40th, binigay na ngayon dahil celebration ng 50th, nagdagdag ng 10.
Alam mo, kung gusto natin, para lang mabilis, yung pang mga nagtatanong, sino ba nasa 40 greatest?
Sige.
Nung araw.
Sige.
Ito'y hinirang po nung taong 2000. Magmumuna tayo.
Wala
na. 50 grade, yung 10 yan. Yung nung 2000, partner, I was very honored. Ako nag-host nito sa Araneta Coliseum. The 25 greatest players. Kaya yung mga taong ganyan talaga. Ako po nag-host nito kasama si Chris Aquino sa Araneta Coliseum. Ito po yung mga hinirang na 25 greatest. Johnny Abarientos, Bogs Adornado, Ato Agustin, Francis Arnaiz, Ricardo Brown, Alan Caidic, Hector Calma, Philip Cesar, Atoy Co, Jericho Diñera, Kenneth Doremdes, Bernie Fabiosa, Mon Fernandez, Danny Florencio, Abet Gidaben, Freddy Hubalde, Bobby or Robert Sunny Jaworski, Jojo Lastimosa, Lim Engbeng, Samboy Lim, Ronnie Magsanok, Vergel Meneses, Manny Paner, Alvin Patrimonio at si Benji Paras. Yan yung pong initial na 25 greatest players ng PBA. Noong taong 2015, nagdagdag sila ng 10 na naman. Oo. 15 pala. 15.
Para masarado 40.
40. Saradong 40 dahil 40 years
40 years.
Ito po mga pangalan namang idinagdag. Jimmy Alapag, Marlo Aquino, Mark Kagiwa, Jason Castro, JJ Helterbrand, Danny Ildefonso, Chito Loizaga, Eric Menk, Willie Miller, Mark Pingris, Kirby Raimundo, Arwin Santos, Asi Taulava, Kelly Williams, at James Yap. Ngayon, ito na po ang additional at gusto natin i-congratulate na 10 na idagdag sa hanay ng 50 greatest players ng PBA. Unahin ko na muna kilalang kilala to. The Bull. Ika nga, The Raging Bull.
Yun.
Nelson
Matagal, oo.
Asaytono. Nadagdag po yan. And of course, the Jet, Jeffrey Cariaso. Yan naman po ay mga naretirado na. Pero may naidagdag na hindi pa retirado. Oo, at siya po ay ang pinakamaraming MVP sa kasaysayan ng PBA, the Kraken Junmar Fajardo. Kasama na rin niya ang isa pang gilas teammate niya na dating MVP and of course ngayon ay pinagmamalaki ng Barangay Ginebra, si Scotty Thompson. Yan ang mga active player. Tapos dagdagan po natin, yung mga hindi na nakakakilala dito, Bong Hawkins.
Kilala ko yan. The Hawk.
The Hawk. Yan. Tapos, Abe King. Naku, grabe, 1970s pa to. Si Abe King po, isa sa pinakaunang high flyers at saka power players dito. And then, andun of course yung elegance ni Danny Siegel. Si Dynamite Siegel. And then, si Arnie Twadles, ang nasirang Arnie Twadles ng Toyota fame. And of course, yung one of the best big men in the 70s, si Manny Victorino. And finally, part of the Bruce Brothers.
At ang tawag sa kanya,
Ano?
si Bicolano Superman.
Yoyoy Villamin. Grabe. So again,
Congratulations sa kanya, sa kanila.
Yung 10 yan, well-deserved, partner.
Well-deserved.
Well-deserved. Talagang wala na tayong masasabi doon sa mga 10 napili ng komite na pumili ng 50 greatest. But of course, may mga players dyan na maaari ring naisama.
Kaya nga, actually partner, katulad ng pinag-usapan natin kanina bago tayo mag-air sa programang ito, di ba? Marami talagang magagaling na players na kailangan din ma-recognize at matandaan ang kanilang mga kontribusyon kung bakit sumikat ang PBA.
Yes.
No? Sa akin lang, no? Akin lang po to, pananaw ko lang po, no? Although talagang itong si Junmar Fajardo, di ba? Ilang MVP? 8. 8. Bira mo, mahirap hong magawa yan. Pero naglalaro pa siya. Para sa akin, darating at darating yan. You just wait for your turn. Ang kailangan lang, yung mga nakapagbigay na, nakapag-ambag, na tapos na yung kanilang karera sa PBA, ang dapat munang bigyan ng karangalan. Para sa akin.
Tama naman yung ganyang pananaw. Lalong-lalo na yung mga tayo kagaya natin na matagal natin sinubaybayan ng PBA. Panahon pa ng pasimula ng PBA hanggang ngayon, nakita natin yung mga talagang magagaling na player.
Partner, nakalimutan ko lang dahil niratsada mo yung mga pangalan. Nasama ba dyan si Freddy Webb sa top 40?
Wala.
Kita mo katulan yan.
Kasi alam mo, ang pagkakatanda ko, kasi hindi pa naman tayo parte ng PBA organization, ng management. Tayo nasa media noon, covering the PBA. Pero ang pagkakatanda ko, meron silang minimum number of years na naglaro sa PBA. Alam naman natin ang panahon ni Freddie Webb. Halimbawa, sila Tembong Malencio, yung mga maikli. Dahil hindi sila umabot doon sa minimum number of years. Meron silang criteria sinunod, partner. Kaya yun ang medyo mga hindi na idagdag. Kasi halimbawa, sila Mike Bilbao. Yung mga Big Boy Reynoso.
Yes, yung mga ganyan kilala.
Papa, si John Papa.
At nung hindi pa sikat tong si Alan Kaidik, nandiyan si Jimmy Mariano.
Diba? Meron sila parang nilagay na minimum number of years to be included in the PBA.
Hindi pumasok doon.
Kaya ako, in 2004, nagtatag kami ng PBA Hall of Fame. Iba naman yung PBA
Hall
of Fame. Oo. Ito, yung talagang nakakontribute sa paglaki ng liga. Hindi lamang sa basketball.
Kamusta naman yung PBA Hall of Fame?
Ngayon, ang balita ko, magdadagdag na naman sila ngayon ng additional inductees to the PBA Hall of Fame. Yung PBA Hall of Fame po, mga kapatid, hindi lang po player. Pati mga nagpatakbo ng liga, pati yung media, pati mga referee, at yung mga sabi mo ngang mga hindi nag-qualify. Pero nakaambag sa paglaki ng PBA. So, yan po ay I think pinag-aaralan na ng uli ngayon para idagdag naman yung mga susunod na mga inductees sa PBA Hall of Fame.
Sana naman syempre, hindi naman natin alam kung ano ang plano ng mga nagpapalakad ngayon sa PBA. Pero para sa akin, sana maisama na rin yung pag-induct ng mga bagong Hall of Famers sa 50th mismo.
Ay, well, maganda sana yan.
Maganda
Oo,
sana.
Pero ewan ko lang, kung baka doon sa kanilang, kasi alam ko, ang PBA po ay merong pagsasalo o ika nga pag-celebrate sa Abril 11, kung saan yun ang kapanganakan. Actually, April 9 ang PBA eh. Pero
Araw ng kagitigan, ha?
Oo. Yun ang initial day, pero mukhang isi-celebrate ng PBA sa April 11.
Yeah.
Ang 50th year, yan po gaganapin dyan sa Soler. No? Kasi tayo nabigyan ng imbitasyon at tayo nagpapasalamat sa PBA na tayo po nabigyan ng imbitasyon.
Siyempre naman. Ano ka ba naman?
Pero again, magpapaumanhin po tayo dahil tayo po ay aalis. Tayo po ay patungo sa ibang bansa, kaya po hindi tayo makakadalo doon sa kanilang celebration. But I think in October, doon sa bagong season, meron na namang isa pang celebration.
Yun.
So hindi ko alam kung doon ilalagay.
Sana, di ba hindi naman natin kaya na ma-stack sa isang gabi lang yan, di ba? Pero yung isang buong taon na pag-celebrate ng 50th, maraming
alam mo, yun ang balita ko pa doon sa gagawin nila sa mga susunod na celebration. Ang sabi, imbitahin daw lahat. Kung sino man ang nakasali o nakasama ng PBA through the 50 years. Kung ikaw man ay maging coach, assistant coach, isang nagtrabaho sa PBA or mga player, kahit yata mga import, ay iimbitahin doon. Ang ini-expect nila, mga 1,000 na mga nakasama ng PBA doon sa kanilang celebration. Again, maganda yan. At sana nga matuloy yung sinasabi ni partner Jera dito na yung Hall of Fame inductees naman, doon naman gawin. Doon naman gawin. Diba?
For the year-long celebration of its 50th year.
Correct,
diba?
correct. Kasi doon sa Hall of Fame, pati sila, Commissioner Leo Prieto, na-induct namin yan sa initial. Sila Commissioner Rudy Salud, etc. No? So maraming nakasama dyan, including mga broadcasters. Si Joe Cantada was part of it. So again, mga haligi yan eh. Kaya wala po ang PBA kung wala itong mga taong ito. At kaya nung panahon natin, talagang binigyan natin sila ng karangalan na ganyan. So, hopefully, ay mangyari. But again, congratulations sa mga 10 pong pumasok sa ating 50 greatest players. Clearly well-deserved. At sana nga ay patuloy na lumago ang inyong hanay dyan sa 50 greatest players. Alright, partner, pinag-uusapan na rin natin mga player. Ang isa pang magandang tinututukan natin ngayon ay itong NBA. Kung saan napaka-exciting na. Patapos na ang season eh. Ang regular season, patapos na po sa NBA. At medyo naghahabulan na patungo sa playoff ang mga koponan na nasa ilalim. At yung mga nakasigurado na naman sa playoff, nagigirian na sa placing. Kasi
importante yan.
Importante yan. Alam mo naman yan. Pag nakatapat mo, kontrapelo mo. First round pa lang, sipat ka na. Diba?
Correct.
So again, sa kasalukuyan mga kapatid, kung inyong titingnan ang playoff picture, sigurado na po yung mga nasa ibabaw sa...
unahin natin Eastern.
Cleveland Cavaliers, number 1. Wala na. Talagang nakakasorpresa yan. Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks, at Detroit Pistons.
Pero mo, Detroit Pistons dati, sagad sa baba dati.
Alam mo yan ang first team na naka-triple ng kanilang panalo.
Wow.
In one season.
Yeah.
Kulelat nga yan. Ngayon, nasa number 6, lumalaban pa sa 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Doon naman sa kabila, sa Western Conference, yung siguradong 6 na po, OKC Thunder, number 1, partner. Overall, sa lahat ng mga team. Pambihira. Houston Rockets, isa pang umangat ang performance this year. Denver Nuggets na regular na nandyan naman yan, of course. LA Lakers, Golden State Warriors na ngayon ay pambihira din ang pinapakita. Ratsyada, since dumating si Jimmy Butler. At ang Memphis Grizzlies na medyo nakikipaggirian pa. Dahil alam mo, from number 3 to number 8 sa West, dikit-dikit pa sila. Kaya isang talo, usually mga ganitong panahon, pinapahinga mo na yung mga superstar mo eh. Pero sa West, hindi nila magawa yun dahil kailangan manalo eh. Dahil kung hindi, baka bumaksak ka sa 7, play-in territory yan.
Kaya nga partner, pinag-uusapan natin doon sa play-in. Ibig sabihin yan, inaantay na lang ng Thunders at saka ng Cavs kung sino papasok doon sa play-in.
Correct. And that's why napakahalaga ng play-in situation right now sa NBA. And that's why, and this is our segue to what...
Because we're talking about NBA.
The NBA. And this is the reason why we have decided to start this in What's the Score.
Yeah.
Ito po ang ating itatampok, ang isang sikat and perhaps one of the most notable figures in the NBA for Filipinos that love the Los Angeles Lakers. And he will be with us in What's the Score. He needs no further introductions. A three-time NBA champion and an NBA Coach of the Year. We are truly honored to have with us this morning, live in the studio, no other than the legend, Byron Scott. Good morning, Byron.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning. Glad
good
that you're available to join us in the studio.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And you're joined, of course, by your lovely
lovely
wife, Cece, who's here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Byron, I know that you and Jera were together in a golf tournament. I'm so envious because he was telling me
he was supposed to.
I was
play with
supposed
us.
to be with you there.
Oh, so you stood in for him, basically?
No, well, not my game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Actually, I'm going to tell you the story about this. Well, I was having breakfast in the morning, and then I overheard, "Hey, that's Byron Scott." Where?
How can you not see Byron Scott? I'm a big fan, Byron.
Well,
I'm a big fan.
We're
We're all big fans
I
of the Philippines, of course, of LA Lakers. And certainly, I grew up watching the Lakers with you, Showtime era, and all your championships. Of course, I can't say... I have to say that I'm a Philadelphia 76ers fan, but I've always been inspired by the Showtime Lakers. So.
Well, thank you.
So let me start with this, Byron. What brings you to the Philippines? I understand that you are you're coaching a team here?
Yeah, I'm coaching the Phil M Nation team, the U.S. team here. My first year of doing this, and got contacted a few months ago. And my wife, who's Filipino, she's the one that said, you need to talk to these people and see what they're talking about. So we started talking about, she knows how I still love this game so much. And my passion is completely back after a few years of being away from basketball. So I just thought this was a great opportunity to coach some young people and obviously come back to the Philippines and spend time here as well with my wife and my mother-in-law. And it's been a tremendous experience. And I just love being here. The people here are so great. And you, like you guys said, there's so many Laker fans here.
Oh, yeah.
My wife told me this the first time we came here, which was 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And she kept telling me when we were in the hotel, we checked in, we were in Boracay first.
All right.
And then we came to Manila. And she said, you don't understand how big of Laker fans they are out here.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, whatever. And by the third day, we had to be escorted in and out of the hotel because there was just so many people. And it was just great because the people here are just so friendly and they're so sweet. And they're such big Lakers fans. So this is like our second home now. It's just a great time being here in the Philippines.
You know, your career has brought you to so many places and so many peaks, particularly in your coaching career. You were a coach of the year in the NBA.
Yeah.
You've reached the NBA finals with your teams a couple of times. And, certainly everyone knows about your ability to play. But what is the motivation and challenge for coaching a young batch of kids, Byron?
Yeah, the challenge, the motivation is I just love coaching, period. And I love coaching kids. I think it's fantastic to coach kids. I have granddaughters now that are getting involved in the game. My kids were involved in the game, so I have that passion about just teaching kids. But the challenge with young people is to try to get them to understand that this is a team game. It's not an individual game. You got to be able to play with your teammates. You got to understand that sometimes you got to sacrifice a part of yourself for the betterment of the team. And, when you're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, most kids don't want to hear that. They want to just get the ball and just score every time. They don't want to hear about playing team basketball. So the biggest challenge with young people especially is to get them to understand how important it is to play with your teammates and to treat them just like you want to be treated, And that's probably the biggest challenge.
Right. Well, how is the team so far?
Well, we're 5-0. We won last night to get to the finals, so we play the finals tomorrow. We're going to try to win us a championship here, but it's been a challenge. The team we played last night, Filipino basketball has grown tremendously in the last 10 years. They're starting to really understand what this game is all about. they play extremely hard. All the teams that we've played, they play extremely hard. They play fast. They play tough. They're very well coached. So when I was here, 10 years ago and driving around with my wife and looking at some of the playground
yes,
and kids out there playing with no shoes on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see how committed they were and how much they love the game, and to see where it's come from then to now is mind-boggling to me, and I love it. I love the fact that Filipinos have so much passion for the game of basketball, and that's one of the main reasons for me that I love teaching, because I see that I see these kids with that gleam in their eye. Man, this is so much fun. So it's been a challenge the last couple of days. Been some tough games, but we got into the championship game, so we're gonna see if we can win it all tomorrow.
It's what's interesting here, partner, is that the team that Byron is coaching seems to be a very talented team. You've got some players that are committed to go to NCAA next year. And of course a player like Calum Harris who has played with Gilas in the past. Are there any other players here, Byron, that you think would obviously be candidates for our national team in the future? Do you see any of these players?
I've seen a few of them. Now I don't know them by name because, but I've seen some Filipino players that I was very impressed with. Last night, a couple of nights ago, and I watched a game of the two teams that were playing before we played last night, and obviously out of those two, we get to play the winner for the finals. So. The team that we play, the team that I watched last night, they have some good athleticism, some good height, some guys that I feel would be candidates for the national team and playing Division I basketball as well. So, like I said, from when I was here almost 10 years ago to now, the game has grown tremendously, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Before I pass it on to Jera here, the PBA, our professional league, is the second oldest league in the world, next only to the NBA, and we are celebrating our 50th year, 50th season in the PBA. But in 50 years, we still have not seen a Filipino, locally born and bred player that has reached the NBA. With the kind of talent that you've seen, and the level of the NBA. Do you foresee a Filipino now with this kind of development making the NBA?
Absolutely. Like you said, you have some out there now that aren't full-blown Filipino, born and bred here, but you do have your Jordan Clarksons and your Jalen Greens and players like that. And I think it's just a matter of time, before you have a full-blown Filipino playing in the NBA. And I would say in the next probably 5 to 10 years. I don't think it's going to be that long. And it's amazing to me to find out that the PBA is the second longest league.
Yes.
In basketball. Besides the NBA, that's great. So again, a lot of strides have been made. And like I said, the thing that I was really impressed with over this last week that I've been watching this tournament is how well coached these guys are. So I think the Filipino coaches have to take a lot of pride in what they've been doing and the way they've been teaching this game. And I know from talking to some of the coaches that they take a lot of pride in learning, from the Americans and things that we've done from a coach's standpoint.
Right.
But they've also put their own little twist into it, which is good. Because we all have to take from each other, to get a little bit better. And I think the fact that they continue to grow as coaches and to continue to learn has elevated the play here in the Philippines.
Yeah, from a coach's perspective, Byron, you've played in the NBA, you've coached some of the top teams in the NBA. What are the difference that you can see in coaching Europeans or Americans as compared to the type of play that we Asians do?
The difference?
Yeah.
The difference is, I think one of the biggest differences.
Except for the height, okay? We all know that.
well, taking the physicality out of it, American players are a little bit harder to teach, to be honest with you. They really are. They're kind of set in their ways, and they watch ESPN too much. So they see Steph Curry shooting threes, they feel they can shoot threes.
Yeah. Okay.
They see how Michael Jordan and Kobe used to be able to get to the basket. So it's a little bit harder to teach. It's a lot easier that I found. This is just my opinion that I've found over the years. A lot easier to teach foreign players how to play the game of basketball because they are open to everything.
Right. Okay.
And they want to learn.
Right.
They want to learn. I played in Greece for 1 year after I finished with the Lakers.
That's right.
And when I played in Greece, all the big guys in Greece did everything. They were all very fundamentally sound. In the U.S., we put everybody, or we tend to put everybody. Back in the day, I think it's gotten a lot better now, but we used to tend to put everybody in a box. You 7 feet, you 6'10", you play on the post. You know what I mean? In Europe, they were like, you 7 feet, 6'10". Okay, so what? I want you out here on the 3-point line, learning how to pass, dribble, use your footwork and things of that nature. And then we'll teach you how to post up and everything. So they taught. I felt a lot more of a all-around basketball game, whereas in the U.S., we put everybody in a box. You're 6'1", okay, you're a point guard. That's all you can be.
Right.
You 6'10", you can be a power forward or you can be a forward, but you can't be a small forward. You know, so we tend to do that, and I thought that the European basketball has really kind of opened it up, and it's even evident today when you look at the NBA players now. You know, some of the best players in the world. I probably the top 5 players in the NBA, 3 of them are from New York.
Right.
You know, you look at
true.
look at Joker, you look at Giannis, you look at Luka. You know, those 3 right there are 3 of the best players in the NBA.
Right.
You know, so I just love the way that they've expanded the game, and like I said, I just think it's a lot easier, especially for me when I was in Greece. They were listening to everything I was saying because I'm bringing that championship pedigree,
Right.
and my work ethic.
Yeah.
And they were so open to everything that I did on the court, in the weight room, you know, training to get ready for season, and they were just like, "What do you do?"
Right.
And they were just taking notes, and so it's just a great game. But yeah, I've always felt that it's a lot easier to coach foreign players than it is to coach USC players.
You led the NBA in 3-point shooting back in '84 and '85, and you know, obviously the game has changed since then.
Yeah.
The 3-point shot has been a big weapon now in basketball, not only in the NBA but all over the world.
Yeah.
Your thoughts about that? I mean, you know, how has that changed the game? And your thoughts about the PBA 4-point shot, Byron?
I like the 4-point shot.
Because you're a 3-point shooter.
I shoot the 4-point shot. I would have loved that back in the day, you know. But you're right. The revolutionary of the game of basketball has changed dramatically. Like I was just saying, you know, back when we played, the game was so much more focused on playing inside to outside.
Right.
You know, get your big guys the ball, get Kareem the ball, get James Worthy the ball, even Magic when he started posting up. And now the game is played from the outside in. We would never have run a 3-on-1 fast break and pulled up for a 3-pointer.
And then pull up for a 3.
Took us out the game. You know, it was get a layup, a dunk, or get a foul to get to the free throw line. It was never, you know, you're going to pull up and shoot a 3-pointer, you know. So the game has changed, you know, big time. And you know, for better or for worse, it just depends on, you know, how you look at it. You know, I'm still a big fan of the game of basketball, and I love watching great players play great basketball. So, you know, I've accepted the fact that, you know, that's just the way it is, and that's how it's going to be played.
Yeah.
And you got to basically adjust to it, you know. So my feeling is, though, when I watch the game of basketball, especially NBA basketball, it's a lot harder for me to watch because I'm so used to the way I think the game should be played. You know, I think the ball movement is different now. You don't have every team in the league like we did back in the day. Everybody had a system that you kind of played through, and it was always 3 or 4 passes before you really looked to attack. You know, in the NBA today, it's 1 pass 3-pointer. You know, I mean, it's just a different brand of basketball. Or the guy's dribbling the ball for 20 seconds and then he passes it to somebody if he doesn't shoot it. You know? So it's just a different brand. And again, I'm still a big NBA fan. There's certain players that I would pay to watch play this game because they're so great at it. But it's, you know, it's kind of apples to oranges.
You have won 3 NBA championships. You have been to 2 NBA finals as a coach. I want to ask you, who was the best player that you faced?
As a player or as a coach, or both?
Both.
Best player.
First player, and then the next as a coach.
Oh, as a player, Michael Jordan. Yeah, he was by far the toughest player to guard because he had no weaknesses.
Okay.
The only real weakness that I felt he had is that he wasn't the most consistent shooter. You know, but if you got up on him, he'd just go around you, and he was just so quick and so athletic. So every time that I guarded him and played him, I said, I'm gonna just make him shoot jump shots. And if he's on that night, oh, so be it. And if he's off, you know, great. But he was the one guy that you knew was just better than everybody at that position.
Right.
You know, he was that gifted. As a coach, it was Shaq. I mean, you know, when I had to go against the Lakers, or play any other team, I didn't really worry about them. But when we played the Lakers, I was like, oh my God, we got to. we have nobody to guard Shaq. and I would look at it and I said, well, we're not the only one. There's nobody in the league that can guard Shaq. Especially when he wanted to play. So,
right.
Yeah, coaching wise, it was Shaquille O'Neal because he was the modern day Wilt Chamberlain. He was just more powerful than everybody else. And then playing, it was Michael Jordan.
The season is getting to the end here now. The playoffs is coming. Luka to the Lakers. How big is that? Do you think the Lakers have enough?
I think Luka to the Lakers was huge. I don't know how Rob Pelinka pulled that deal off. it made a lot of people in Dallas very, very, very upset. And they're still upset to this day. But it brought back a lot of excitement to the NBA and Los Angeles, when Luka came. So I think it rejuvenated LeBron James, who had to kind of carry the load. Luka has definitely lightened it up for him so he doesn't have to do everything. And with those two together, and Austin Reeves is playing extremely well this year. Rui has been, kind of up and down, but it seems like he's getting his foot on a little bit more on solid ground. I think the Lakers have a chance. I know they're in the 3 spot right now.
Right.
I would still be worried about Golden State. That championship.
Absolutely, they lost yesterday to the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's for the first time in a while, the Western Conference is going to be fun to watch. Normally for me, CC and I will go to one game every playoff series, that they make it. So the Lakers in the first round will go to one game, be it game 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever the case may be.
Right.
They get to the second round, we'll go to one more game because we know how crazy the tickets are, and we're just like, I just want to go to one.
Right.
But this year, normally I don't even watch playoff games until they get to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. This year, I think I'm going to be watching from the start. It's going to be exciting.
Before we let you go, I know that you love the Philippines. This is your nth time to come over.
Yeah.
What are your favorite places here? Have you been to many other spots in the Philippines?
Not really. This time we had planned on going to El Nido.
This is not Mexico.
I know my wife is over there.
Your wife's already putting
I
her
can
hand.
see her.
That's why
I can see her right now.
Oh my God! What did you just say?
El Nido.
We had planned on going there, but time
Terrific.
got short. So we've been to Boracay, and our plan was really to come back every year.
Yeah.
Mostly in December because we know the weather's a lot better.
Yeah.
It's not as hot.
Right.
And we want to hit an island every year.
Nice.
And then obviously end up here in Manila.
I have a picture to show here about your love for golf, Byron.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and this is your golf picture that you just played golf the other day with my partner right here. What does golf mean to you now?
Golf is such a great relaxing sport for me. I mean,
True.
If you have a great foursome that you're playing with, it's so much fun.
Yeah. There you go. See that?
Yeah.
Can you see?
So much fun.
Look at the face of Byron. It's kind of intimidating. Just kidding. But you know what?
His golf game intimidated me a little bit, so I was a little nervous.
I heard that you were driving at 300 and he was at 170. So.
Something like that. But he was in the fairway. I was in the rough over there. But it really is. It's one of the best games you'll ever play, and it's great when you're playing with good people. You have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And as long most people think, it takes so long, but you really. If you're having fun with the people that you're playing with, it really goes by really fast.
Right,
and to me, the best part about it is the 19th hole. You go in, you have a couple of drinks.
Yeah,
you just relax. You take pictures like we did. You enjoy the moment, and it's just a great game. I just love it.
The Masters is coming up.
Masters is coming.
Do you have any favorites to win the Masters this year?
You know what? I'm a big Rory McIlroy fan. I think he has the best swing in golf, and I think that to me was solidified when Tiger Woods told Charlie, his own son, he said, "Don't swing like me, swing like Rory."
Wow,
that's a big endorsement.
That's a big endorsement.
So Charlie, is trying to learn from both.
Yeah, before we let him go, I just have this $1 million question behind my back. You were telling us that you plan to come here every year, December, because you like the place, and you said you love coaching.
Yes.
Right? Any chance of coming up with a plan of coaching a team here in the Philippines, in the PBA, or in for the national team or whatever?
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. My wife and I have talked about that. If something like that happened, then basically the Philippines would be home.
Wow.
You know, I mean, we would love that. So we've, with my wife's blessing over the last 2.5 years, I said, "Babe, I want to get back into coaching. I just miss it. I love it. I have that passion."
Yeah.
And I told her that I wanted to do it on a collegiate level. And then my wife said, "Well, what about like coaching overseas or the Philippines?" I said, "That would be great."
Right.
I'm open to it because, again, I just love the game. I think I still have a lot to offer and a lot to give.
Yeah.
My passion is back in there, back because I felt I lost that passion a few years ago, but now it's back, and I would love to get back into the game. So, yeah, that would be great. I would love that opportunity.
I'm sure many people who are watching now would love to have you in any of their teams, and I'm sure certainly this can happen, and hopefully we can see Byron on the sidelines.
There you go, guys. You heard it first here in Power and Play. That, the NBA star Byron Scott is interested to coach a team here in the
Philippines. Byron, before I let you go, I
and
want to
it's
ask
the third time that you want to.
I want to ask you something. How do you want people to remember Byron Scott?
You know what I think is very simple. I just want people to remember that he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Cared about other people. He was very humble.
Yeah.
And my mother told me a long time ago, treat people the way you want them to treat you. Always stay humble, but always stay hungry when it comes to doing what you want to do. That passion that I talked about earlier, that's that hunger that I have back. So basketball is great. It's gotten me to a lot of unbelievable places. It's afforded me the opportunity to meet a lot of unbelievable people. But yeah, I just want to be remembered as a guy who cared, about people and just tried to do the right thing every time.
Terrific. Well, Byron, thank you so much for joining us today. We could have spent the whole show being with you, but we got a lot of things to do here. But we're good. I think we want to keep you on for a while because we have to take a break. But again, thank you so much for joining us on Power and Play. Really big honor for us to have you on the show.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Mga kaibigan, Byron Scott. At bago po tayo mag-break, syempre isa munang paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa SMART. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by SMART. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from SMART that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart.
Thank you.
Live more today.
Thank you.
When we return, we will have the tennis sensation, the pride of the Philippines, Alex Eala on Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 8:44 ng umaga.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
sa 105.9. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique. Whirlpool Appliances brings you a new era of home living, where we are all about sensing what matters. Elevating your lifestyle has never been easier. From Whirlpool washers that adapt to your laundry needs, to refrigerators that extend the freshness of your food items. As an American pride for over 110 years, Whirlpool is dedicated to creating innovations that truly matter. Experience the Whirlpool Sixth Sense innovation. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool. Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso. Quality above all.
Relax. It's time to laugh.
Comedy superstar Russell Peters is coming to Manila. Relax World Tour on April 15 at the Samsung Hall.
Vegans are the ISIS of the vegetarian world. I don't even think they have blood in them. If you cut them, like those packing peanuts come out of them.
Russell Peters, Relax World Tour in Manila. Book your tickets now at smtickets.com. Presented by Wilbros Live.
True FM is an official media partner of Russell Peters' Relax World Tour.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique. Long night.
Kailangan pang maghintay sa pagdating ng bagong araw. Pwede namang mag-drive na muna, kahit man sandali magpahinga.
Magpahinga na muna and perk up at Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
It's Coco Melon, Sing Along Live.
When you hear the beat, dance and move your feet.
Dance and sing along with JJ, Nina, Cody, and all their friends.
It's the animal dance.
April 26th and 27th at the New Frontier Theater. It's Coco Melon, Sing Along Live. Jam with the fam and dance every chance you get in this new musical adventure. Book your tickets now at ticketnet.com.ph. Presented by Wilbros Live.
True FM is a media partner of It's Coco Melon Sing Along Live.
Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso, quality above all.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
True FM.
On 105.9. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Power and Play with Noli Eala.
Naimbag na bigat kada kayo amin sa lahat po ng ating mga nakikinig sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur, of course sa Baguio City, at lahat po ng mga ikangay suki natin all over the Philippines. Kamusta po kayong lahat? Ito po ang Power and Play at tayong tumantuwa na makasama kayong lahat. Partner?
Maimbag. Mahabig ya kabwasan at sikay namin ditanet Lingayen Pangasinan. I also want to greet happy birthday ngayon ang ating kaibigan na dating taga-ABS-CBN si Twinkle Valdez.
Happy birthday.
At the other day naman, birthday din, yung dating taga-ABS-CBN na ngayon nasa bilyonaryo na si Maricar Bautista. Happy birthday sa inyong dalawa.
Sa inyong lahat. Ako, advance happy birthday din ako sa aking anak na si Jacobo who will be celebrating his birthday on Tuesday.
Happy birthday,
Jacobo. Buddy. Alright, well, mga kapatid, bago tayo magpatuloy at alam ko, inaabangan na ito ng napakaraming tao. Siyempre po, isa pong paalala mula sa ating mga suki sa Joyride sa kanilang top-up promo on Power and Play. Para po manalo ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits, i-download lamang ang latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot ang app's home screen. Ipadala ang screenshot sa Power and Play FB page via PM. Sama niyo po ang inyong buong pangalan, registered mobile number, at kayo po ay may chance ang manalo ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits na pwede niyo pong magamit sa Joyride Delivery, Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, at ang pinaka-latest po nating offering, ang Joyride Super Taxi Airport Edition. Sa inyo pong pagpunta sa airport sa NAIA, gamitin niyo po ang Joyride Super Taxi Airport Edition. Maraming salamat mula po sa Joyride Philippines, ang inyong bagong kasundo. Alright, at this point, partner, ito yung inaabangan ng napakarami po. Ang ating pong last week tayo ay nagulantang, tayo ay nagdiwang.
Nagdiwang ang buong sambayanan.
Ang buong sambayanan at tayo po ay nasayahan sa ginawang pambihirang performance ni Alex Eala sa Miami Open. At kaya yan ay nagdulot ng kanyang semifinal Cinderella run. At tumaas ang kanyang rango ngayon sa world number 75. Kasama na rin ng kanyang tagumpay sa Miami Open. At alam mo, maraming nananabik sa mga pananalita ni Alex kasi hindi pa siya nakakausap ng ganong kahaba.
Yun. Kaya nga, partner, sabi ko nga sa iyo kanina, ako'y talagang nangihinayang dahil talagang gusto kong makasama dito sa panayam mo sa iyong pamangkin. Para at least, di ba, pag may pagkakatanong makipaghuntahan kaso talagang...
At saka makabati na rin.
Makabati.
Kaya po mga kapatid, ito na ang ating pong... aking pong pakikipag-usap sa ating pong pinagmamalaki sa mundo ng tennis. Ngayon sa women's tennis, na nakausap po natin siya a few hours ago. Walang iba kundi the tennis pride of the Philippines, Alex Eala. The toast of the town is with us. Of course, our pride, Alex Eala. Alex, thank you.
Hello, Tito. Hi, everybody.
It's really, a big boost for us to see you finally after that sensational run at the Miami Open, and I have to thank your mom and your dad for this. But before anything, there's so much to unpack with what has happened in your life, in your career, and of course everything that's around it. But let me ask you first: how many messages did you get? Did your phone blow off?
It did, but the thing is, I turned it off during match day, so it would compile for multiple days. God. I hope that I did go through mostly all of them. I hope that I was able to get back to everyone, but it did take a couple of days.
and talking about that, what was the most, I guess, surprising or most kilig message that you received, maybe from a celebrity or from somebody that came out of nowhere?
Well, Rafa messaged me. It's the first time he's ever messaged me personally, so I think that was that was a shock to see. Funny story, I only saw it like a couple days after kasi nga punong-puno yung cellphone ko. Anyway, yeah, it was exciting to see his notification. Yeah.
Nice. Well, nobody gets a message every day from the great Rafa Nadal, so it must have been really a thrill. I was talking to your coach last week, Coach John Bosch, and he was telling us that he saw this coming, this kind of performance because of the way you were performing. But after your win against Madison Keys, I immediately called your parents, your dad in particular, and I found out that he was still in Spain and he was not in Miami. So, I was wondering, was that the plan? Pahiyang ba yan? Paswerte ba yan? Was he really coming? Was he really gonna watch?
I guess it just happened na wala sila that week. But they did fly in for the quarterfinal match. They had time to fly in for the quarterfinal match. Lucky enough, I was able to win and pass semi, so they were able to watch 2 matches.
That's right. And that's why sabi ko nga, did you see this coming? Kasi mukhang even from the side of the family, knowing that kind of bracket that you were going to go through, did you even see this coming, Alex?
Of course not. No. I didn't expect from the beginning to reach semifinals. I came in as a wild card. So hopes high, definitely hopes high, but I really had to take it step by step, especially with this, as you said, star-studded bracket. I had to take it step by step.
Yeah. Considering the resume of the opponents and of course what you've been through, what in your young career, talagang of course that was the Cinderella side to it because of all the finish. But it's very obvious from your performance that your development in your game is tremendous. Self-assessment, Lex.
Self-assessment.
What do you feel really improved in your game, and what parts naman do you feel you can still continue to focus on?
Alam mo, I think that I have been improving for a while. Everything, a little bit my serve, a little bit my fitness, the quality of my shots, how to build the point. And I think it took me a while to mesh those things together and to really make it come out during the matches. But as you can see, when I'm playing well, the level is really there. And I feel that this week is really going to help with the trust that I have in myself and the trust that I have in my game. And when I need to go for those big points, then I believe that I have the level to do so.
It's actually very interesting because you joined some very notable names, Victoria Azarenka, Justin Henin, to be only the wild cards that have ever made it to the semis of a Masters 1000. And there was something very interesting that came out very recently. This statement of Max, another legend, another tennis legend. Everybody's talking about you. Max Villander, who's obviously we know him as a men's singles champion. He talked about you and compared you to the great John McEnroe, and this is what he said. Lex, just for your information, you probably read this, but he says, and I quote, "We're talking about someone who has hands given by God. She understands the game as good as any player on tour." He says she can do anything. In the women's game, that is so cool that we have someone that comes out that does all these things. Maybe Sabalenka and Swiatek are not great at doing. Your reaction, Alex, now that you talk about the development of your game, when he talks about you understand the game as good as anybody on the tour.
Well, those are very flattering words, and super flattered to be even, mentioned in the same breath as all of these legends. Of course, Iga and Arena are dominating the tour right now. So just to be compared to them is a really good sign for me. And I think it reflects on the potential that I have for sure. But I'm so thankful that people look at me that way. But I don't. Of course, I do my best to read the situations on court, and I think one of my best assets as a player is that I'm smart, and I have a high tennis IQ. But to call myself a great is a very long shot. I think I have a long way to go before being a great, but I'm so happy that people are recognizing the potential that I have.
And you know, he's not the only one that recognizes your potential, of course. So many other tennis players, and of course, Rafa, as you mentioned, had mentioned that. Of course, Jessica Pegula said that she doesn't, I don't have to say it, she knows how good she is. But there's another tennis legend that said something very, very flattering. Chris Evert, one of the greatest women's tennis players, also posted that she was surprised that you still had so much versus Pegula, despite facing 3 Grand Slam opponents previously. I guess your take on that, and were you even surprised that you still had enough energy coming out of that very difficult route going into the semifinals?
Oh, I'm surprised that Chris Evert would even know who I am. Yeah, but I think if there's one thing you can't underestimate about me, it's the fight that I have. And that goes for any level of tournament. The fight I have on court, it goes a long way.
and clearly, that was also seen in some of the videos that have been shown na kinakausap mo yung sarili mo in Filipino.
Yeah, of course.
Ano yun? Talaga, is that something that you always do?
Yeah, syempre wala masyadong nakakaintindi ng Tagalog. So it's an advantage, definitely. Yeah, to be able to speak Tagalog. Tapos, dami-daming Amerikano, dami-daming Espanyol. Wala masyadong Pinoy normally. I hope that will change now, but old habits never die.
I think that's something that has endeared you to many fans, no? Yung pagka talagang Filipino at local, but also your candor and your spontaneity. Particularly during your reactions post-game. Alam mo yung for instance, against Keys, Swiatek, and Pegula, you had all, 3 iconic reactions. I mean, talaga, di ba? Can you describe these 3 reactions as an emoji, Alex? And what was going on?
When you're that, I don't know, when you're in the moment, hindi mo talaga ma-control kung anong gagawin mo. Because it's just, there's so much emotion. You don't really realize what's happening. And I don't know, I didn't expect that the reactions will be, it will blow up this much. But I hope that through those reactions, everyone can see na it really means a lot. And there's so much work that's been put and effort that's been put into being able to achieve that. Although that's not the end goal, that's not, syempre, I'm not done yet. But it just symbolizes like how much hard work I've put into this.
And does that also symbolize your personality? Which one are you really there? Yung emoji ng yung pagkapanalo kay Keys, yung emoji ng pagkapanalo kay Swiatek, kay Pegula.
I mean, everybody has different quirks, no? So all of them are different sides of me. I think everybody's unique, not always like a textbook personality. So yeah, all of them.
Terrific. And again, that has really endeared you to the fans, and it has been iconic actually on social media. Talagang nakakatuwa. Marami nang gumagawa ng iba't ibang klaseng memes. Diba? Grabe. But okay, let's go back to your match. You didn't drop a single set until the semifinals. And of course, you faced so many tough opponents. Were you surprised
as to how well you handled your opponents, as well as the pressure of the moment? And what was really the key, the tip that you got from your coaches, going into that moment?
Actually, prior to this tournament, my coaches and my team was really had a talk about believing in myself. On court specifically during those big points. So I think that really helped me push through this week. And of course, there was also a shock factor to the results I had this week, hence also my reactions. But I know that, before every match, I knew that I could beat them and I knew I had chances of winning. So in the end, of course, it's a shock that I was able to pull through. But I knew already that there were chances.
What was the mentality? Nothing to lose, basically.
Well, yeah, I'm the underdog. Yes, there's nothing to lose. And I have to take advantage in this time of my life na wala pang pressure. Yeah, and along the road, of course, as I get better, as Billie Jean King said, pressure is a privilege. So, if down the road, I'm able, I feel that because I'm top 10, top 5, and I'm the big dog, then that's also a blessing. So either way, you have to look at the positive.
That match against Jessica Pegula, of course, was quite revealing because you actually led that first set. You were at 5-2, and everybody really was on the verge of celebrating already that first set win. What went through you what went through your mind and your psyche when nakahabol si Pegula? Of course, you had that double fault during that stage. What did you pull out of, and how did you get out of it so that you can get back into the match?
No, it's not the first time that I've led and someone's caught up. It's probably like the millionth time that I've led and someone's caught up. And that shouldn't change because it's Jessica Pegula. In the end, it's another match where you led 5-2. You did a mistake on a set point, you lost it. It's okay, and then you have to bounce back. It's true that the start of the second set was tough, twisting my ankle and the momentum, obviously, of Jessica. She was playing very well. So it was hard to get out of that trance that sometimes feels heavy when you're playing. But I really tried to stick it out till the end, and then when I saw the opportunity, then I took it, and that's why I was able to win the second.
Grabe. And of course, it was a nip and tuck in the third, and until, of course, breaks came in the way. And again, your conditioning, Alex, and that's why a lot of people are asking, what do you do for conditioning, for instance? How do you keep up your
don't I do for conditioning? I have lately, the past couple of months, I've been running a lot. Mm-hmm. So running definitely was not something that I enjoyed. Like a lot of people.
Do you enjoy it now?
Yeah, well, no. Could be better, but it's something that I know helps me a lot. So now, for example, the past month when I'm not on tournament, I'll run almost every day for half an hour before my whole gym, and so I do that on top of everything else. And it adds up. It really adds up. And I in terms of running and cardio, I've seen the improvement so much. And I feel more like an athlete now and not just a tennis player.
Yeah. Are there any special pre-game routine and post-game routine that you do?
I do. Well, I have a pre-game routine, a post-game routine that I've built up over the years, of course. But it's a little bit of everything. It's different when I'm just training. It's different when I have a match. It's different when you're on tournament, but you don't have a match that day. So it really varies. So we touch on a lot of areas.
Right. Well, that sensational run in the Miami Open has now brought you to world number 75. And obviously, it's a great honor for you and the country as the first Filipina to break into the top 100. And of course, now it gives you a lot of other opportunities. It opens doors for you. The toast of the town is with us, of course, our pride, Alex Eala. Alex, thank you.
Hello, Tito. Hi, everybody.
Yan po mga kapatid, ang first part pa lamang ng ating kwentuhan with Alex Eala. Mamaya po, pag-usapan pa niya partner yung kanyang mga plano sa clay court season. Ang kanyang condition, yung nangyari sa kanyang pagkakabaksak. Kung kamusta yung kanyang
yung
ankle niya.
Dulas yun eh. Dulas
tsaka yung thigh niya. Yeah. And of course, ang kanyang yung pakiramdam niya ngayon na world number 75 na.
Kaya wag kayo maniwala yung sinabing nagpasalamat Ang tawag dyan ay bathroom break lang. Babalik po yan.
Medyo umikot lang. Babalik po kami. Kasama si Alex Eala sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, at ng Joyride. Pero bago yan meron ba tayong stop and pop? Stop and pop muna tayo. Mag-stop and pop muna tayo. Silipin natin ang ating mga viral videos at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa stop and pop. Panigurado, nakapaglaro na kayo ng tic-tac-toe, yung classic game na dati ay sa papel lang nilalaro. Pero this time, mas pina-intense pa, mas pina-aksyon at mas pina-astig nitong stop and pop naming feature na to. Kaya roll natin yung video natin. Mike? Sa unang tingin, nakakaaliw na panoorin ang dalawang manlalarong ito ng tic-tac-toe. Parang simpleng laro lang, pero teka lang. May diskarte, bilis, at kakaibang galawan. Aba, hindi lang basta tira. May kasamang tricks at footwork na parang sayaw na handa silang magkabuhol-buhol ang paa. Huwag lang masalisihan ng kalaban. It's more than just a game. It's a battle of strategy, reflexes, at swag. And it's also our stop and pop. Ang galing,
Pakadali.
Ang dali. Nung araw, ganun lang tayo sa papel. Magbabalik pa po kami sa Power and Play at insiyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 9:30 ng umaga.
To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple. Smart ako.
Dito na kami sa True FM
Sa 105.9. Ang oras, 9:15.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
To the right, to the right.
To the right of the FM band. True FM.
On 105.9.
Power and Play with Noli Eala.
Muli po, magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Second hour ng Power and Play. At gusto, siyempre, bago tayo pagpatuloy yung ating pong panayam with Alex Eala, siyempre, gusto natin magpasalamat sa lahat ng mga taga-suporta po ng Power and Play. And of course, unahin ko na po ang ating long-time supporter, ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganito pong mainit ang panahon na minsan uulan, kailangan natin na matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum kapag may aluminum chuck na pangmatagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero, Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Photon Motor Philippines Inc. Sa usapang versatile at durable passenger van, reliable option ang Photon Transvan E-models. Ang Photon Transvan ay equipped with a 2-liter Ocan diesel engine, 6-speed transmission, 135 horsepower, 330 Newton meter of torque. Di ka mabibitin sa pakay na biyahe mo, komportable, panghatid ng 13 to 15 passengers kung ikaw ay nasa transport business. Dependable na pang-deliver ng goods and services for commercial use. May 5 years or 150,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. At sa usapang maasahan, Photon is now 18 years strong in the Philippine market. Tawag na sa inyong pinakamalapit na Photon dealership.
Thank you!
Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo. No more waiting na sa Joyride QR Code Instant Booking. Parahin lang ang Joyride MC Taxi driver at i-generate ang QR code sa Joyride Super App. Ipaskan ito sa driver para match agad. At sa Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Service, wala nang hassle sa pagpunta sa airport para sa inyong flight. Pre-book a ride to the airport from 2 weeks to 24 hours prior to your departure. Check out also our Joyride Super Taxi Transfer Lounge sa Terminal 3 ng NAIA.
Thank you!
717 Deli, serving quality classic premium sandwiches. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at the 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli, keep you smiling with every bite.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessment and treatment schedule, please call 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886.
Thank you!
Smart! Live more today!
Thank you!
Rudy Project Shades. Elevate your performance and style with Rudy Project.
Thank you!
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. And partner, we are ready for the next part ng ating interview with Alex Eala as she talks about her career, her health, and of course, her plans. Ito po ang ating Tennis Pride Part 2, Alex Eala.
I remember interviewing you about last year, and you said that one of your goals is really to break into the top 100. And now that you've done it in 3 months, about three months into the year, are you ahead of schedule? Are you
Yes, I am. Well, wow, that's a good question if I'm ahead of schedule. I think I've known that I had the level to break top 100 for a while, but for one reason or another, I wasn't able to get those results. And I think that everything comes, at the right time. It was my goal to finish the year top 100 this year. I knew it was going to be hard, but I'm beyond happy that I was able to achieve it already, and it's only April.
Right.
But of course, we keep evolving. There's so many more goals to be set in place. I definitely need time to reevaluate the goals for this year, but one thing is constant, which is that I have to keep working. Because it's now that I've broken top 100, it's not easy to stay there, definitely, and it's not easy to advance. So it's also a first time for me, so I also have to take it, one obstacle at a time.
That's interesting because you said now that you're in top 100, mas mahirap to advance because now the points are are piling up, and of course you're meeting tougher opponents. But there's also more opportunities to earn those points. How different will your approach be towards future tournaments in terms of planning, for instance, to reach those quote-unquote re-evaluated goals that you're talking about?
Well, of course, there will be changes in my calendar because of my ability now to enter into these bigger tournaments with my ranking. But the idea is fairly the same. Of course, I'll be in the bigger tournaments like all the thousands and main draws of slams, which is a big thing for me to be directly accepted into main draws of slams. So a lot of new experiences, but the same thought process when it comes to making the calendar.
And that, of course, when you do your calendar, that's in a consultation with your team, obviously, and with your, I guess, with your family, no?
Yes, of course. This is really a family project, of course. I'm only 19, so it would be so hard to navigate all of this by myself, and my team is my chosen family. So, we have to work together in order for everything to work out.
Do you feel that, you said, yeah, you're 19, do you feel that success is coming too quickly?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, more success. Like, if I could have chosen, like, I would ask for it earlier. In the end, success is what everybody is working for. And it's another challenge to keep being successful. I'm only 19, but I feel like I've been playing tennis for 15 years, about to be 16 years. So it's a long time. It's a long time. Although I do have many years ahead of me on tour, I've been working for a long time leading up to this.
Right. Well, talking about all of that and your plans, first of all, how is your condition? Because, one of the things that people saw very glaringly during that match in the semifinals was your fall. And of course, you shrugged it off and you came back strong in the second set and, of course, gave it a really good fight in the third. How is the foot or the thigh? Because your thigh was also wrapped nung panahon na yon, Alex. So can you update your fans about your condition right now?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to say that I'm perfectly healthy. I did have a bad fall nung second set against Pegula. And I guess I am really lucky that it wasn't, because those types of falls are really the ones that get you with the trauma injuries. But I'm really lucky that I was able to play the match and that I'm able to continue training. I had to take a few days off for it to recover, but I am back on court, fully normal, and everything is fine.
That's great. Good news sa lahat po ng fans ni Alex that she is back in training and nothing to worry about kasi ang dami talagang nagtatanong and of course nag-aalala. But talking about that, Alex, what are your plans? You obviously are resting right now, training, but out of tournament competition, what is the next tournament for Alex Eala?
Well, ngayon mag-uumpisa na yung clay season. So yung susunod kong tournament is Portugal, the week after next, and then I'm gonna be in Madrid, 1,000, and a couple other clay tournaments that I have to sort out before Roland Garros.
So this is really now concentrating on the clay season and all of these plans. Were all of these plans or tournaments were in your previous plans, or dahil nga nakapasok ka sa 75 o sa top 100, na bago yung plano? These are the new plans lang? Ganun ba yan?
There are some tournaments that weren't there before, but the next two were already in my plans. But like I said before, it doesn't change a drastic amount. In the end, I still have the same work ethic. I'm putting in the same hours, just with more results on my back.
Obviously, and more fans behind you because you have really kumbaga tawag dyan sa Tagalog, hakot, ang dami na talaga. I just said that I was gonna get you on the show and people are just very, very interested. And one of the things that interests them, Alex, of course, is your fashion statement.
Okay.
Including your nails.
My nails.
Was that blue nails ba daw yan? Tinatanong ng mga fans.
Blue.
Oh, blue. So, how important is fashion? Is a fashion for you as an athlete? You came out of course the magazine cover, diba? So, how important is that for you as a tennis player?
I really believe in the saying na look good, feel good. And that goes for also when I'm on court. Parang when you're having a bad day and then you just put on a nice outfit and you feel good about yourself, it definitely motivates you. Well, it motivates me to do the work even though it looks difficult that day. And yeah, I'm happy to see that people are taking notice.
Of course. And, in fact, they're asking, do you have a fashion consultant? I'm tempted to say it's Risa Eala. So,
Risa Eala.
but obviously, your uniform is from Nike, and that's
yes,
that you choose, from all of the outfits that you're given. It's so much fun to see somebody, a Filipina, at this level, enjoying the accolades of many tennis greats, many news organizations, and of course the fans all over the world. And as I mentioned in one of my posts, you didn't win it because you won a tournament. You won it because of your fighting heart, your class, your grace, and of course your smile. The international fame, Alex. Do you feel an added sense of pressure and responsibility, especially to your country now?
Well, I think that no, I don't feel. I think now is the time more than ever to feel that I have no pressure. I'm in the beginning of my career. I'm having all these new experiences, so I really, as I said before, have to take advantage. And I feel that there's so much positivity coming my way from the country, from the international fans now that I've gained.
Yes.
And I think definitely there are going to be hard times and times where things aren't going to be as decorated. But if the supporters aren't there during those times, then they're not real supporters. And I know that I have people close to me who are really going to back me up through thick and thin, and that's really all I need. And the support from the country, the love from the country, and from all the fans in general, it's an added bonus that I really, really appreciate.
And I'm sure that they will continue to give you that. And I think, what I feel is that they don't really expect much from you. It's just that they appreciate what you do. And that's the kind of, adoration that they have for a tennis talent like you that, really I
think they also appreciate that it's really hard to be a tennis professional. It's super tough. So the support that they're giving really, really helps in the motivation area.
Well, before I let you go, obviously you've had people who have given you so much support. Rafa Nadal in particular, who has really been there. The Nadal Academy, Tony Nadal, and your coaches. How important are they to you? How meaningful has your relationship been with them? And moving forward, what do what are you looking forward doing for all of these people that you've really been with this all through these days?
Well, these people, specifically my 3 coaches now, Joanne, Sandra, and Yuke, and of course all the coaches that I've had in the past, they've really helped. A team, the coaches are a big part of your game, especially when you're traveling and you spend so much time with them. And my relationship with the academy goes so far back, and as I said, the team is your chosen family, so I've chosen them to be part of my team. And of course their values align with the ones that my family has and imposed on me growing up, so that really helps, and that's a big part of it.
Terrific. And we'd like to thank them, of course, in behalf of the entire country for what they've done for you. Before my final question, what a collection in terms of your prize money, Alex. And obviously it's well publicized how much your earnings was for that particular tournament. Have you thought about what you will be doing with the prize money?
Right now, money is the furthest thing from what's on the top of my mind. Bahala na yung magulang ko. I mean, they know how to handle finances, so I'm entrusting them with all of that. And my priority right now is tennis and how to be a good tennis player. And I think that's one of the joys and one of the relieved pressures is that I'm young and I don't have to be super involved with that yet.
Yeah, all other great celebrities, as young as you are, have a lot of managers. You're very lucky that it's your dad and your mom.
I really am.
Really take care of it. All right. As a parting shot here, Alex, when you beat Iga Swiatek, you said that it was so surreal, being reminded of your graduation at the Nadal Academy with Iga present, and that you still feel like the same person then and when you faced her in the quarterfinals. Now, I want to ask you this. Now that you've finished this tournament, do you still feel that you're the same person, or has the Miami Open changed you?
I am the same person. There's so much noise over what happened these past 2 weeks, but in the end, nothing really changes for me. There's still goals that I have to make. There's still work that I have to do. And in the end, the work ethic is the same. The thought process is the same. And my admiration for these big players is still the same. The difference now, I guess, is that when I'm on court and I'm facing them, I'm able to look at them as objectively as players, and I'm able to see the game. I'm able to see what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do it, instead of, it's one of the great players. No. Yeah. So I guess what's changed is experience. So a little bit more experience.
Yeah, well, and that comes with the territory, of course, but it's so good to just and so refreshing to hear somebody so popular now and so who has reached a certain level of success to remain so real and of course so unchanged at this moment. Alex, thank you so much. We wish you all the best. I hope you continue to recover well and keep on repping the Philippines.
Of course.
Salamat, maraming salamat, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating pong pinagmamalaking si Alex Eala, partner. Just a wonderful young lady, a great competitor, and of course, very grounded sa kanyang mga pananaw.
True. Actually, after, di ba, kala ninyo, yan piniplayback nagkwekwentuhan. Hindi. I was really watching the interview because unfortunately, I was not there during the interview of Alex. Pero alam mo, tulad ng sabi mo, partner, in my assessment, I think she was really brought up well by her parents, well-grounded, di ba? nakafocus, at saka makikita mo, Pilipino talaga.
Pilipino talaga.
Pilipino talaga. Talagang, kumbaga, she's very proud to be a Filipino.
Absolutely.
Kaya nga.
Kahit na dyan po nakatira yan sa Spain, maniwala kayo sa mga kapatid, talagang hindi po yan bibitaw at patuloy na babalik at babalik. In fact, tinanong ko nga siya after the interview. Sabi niya, I wish I could come home and really celebrate with everybody in the Philippines. Pero dahil nga sa dami ng kanyang commitments ngayon, she will be back sometime this year. But certainly, tatapusin niya muna yung kanyang mga commitments.
Just like other Filipino athletes na medyo sumisikat, no? I mean, ibigay na natin dyan si Pacquiao, no? And other MMA fighters na they're proud to be Filipino.
Absolutely.
And just like Alex, she's very proud to be a Filipino kapag lumalaban.
Kaya po, again, patuloy po nating ipagbunyi ang ating pong pinagmamalaking si Alex Eala. Alright, mga kapatid, at this point, tinag-uusapan din naman natin ang mga young athletes natin, young professional athletes who have given us so much to rejoice, cause for rejoicing, no? Ang ating pong isusunod na itatampok ay mga young and accomplished professional golfers ng Pilipinas sa ating pong In the Spotlight. Sila po ay dalawang magkaibigan na parehong ay nagsabay ng karir. Nagkasama sila sa high school sa Ateneo. Lumaban sila sa Southeast Asian Games at nag-aral sa Estados Unidos para po lalo pang gumaling ang kanilang paglalaro ng sport ng golf. And now they are campaigning in the Philippine Golf Tour as well as in the Asian Development Tour. At sila po ngayon ang ating itatampok sa In the Spotlight. Ang una po ay ang dating Junior World Champion na si Aidric Chan. At ang ating pong isa rin mga kasama ay ang kaibigan natin, and of course nakalaro natin ito, a two-time Mountain West All-Academic and a former Southeast Asian Games campaigner as well, si Carl Corpus. Magandang umaga, Aidric and Carl.
Magandang umaga po. Nice to meet you.
Aidric, thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Aidric.
Good morning. Good morning.
Si Carl, nandiyan na ba si Carl? Ayan, Carl. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning po. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Kasama natin si Tito Jera, Carl, and Aidric, no? Well, unang-una, thank you for joining us today. Congratulations nga pala, partner. Ito si Aidric ay recently nanalo siya nung Lexus Challenge, no? Tama ba 'yon, Aidric?
Yes po. Ginanap po siya sa Vietnam about 2 weeks ago.
Kaya, ito yung sa Asian Development Tour, no, Aidric?
Yes po. Yun po ang stepping up para po makapasok sa Asian Tour.
Wow. Kamusta naman ang lineup ng competition doon sa Vietnam? Saan ba ginanap yan sa Vietnam?
Sa may Hot Ram po. It's 3 hours away outside of Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh.
Wow.
Yes.
So, kumbaga, that's a big step towards competing in the Asian Tour, no?
I wanna ask the two of you kasi syempre itong mga to talagang ngayon ay nasa professional tour. Gaano kahirap ngayon ang pagiging professional? I'll begin with you siguro, Carl. How is it to be a professional golfer?
It's pretty hard nga po. I mean, I've just started. I just turned pro this January po, and there's a lot of change from being an amateur. Like kayo na po bahala sa schedule nyo with your coaches. It's all in your own initiative to do these things. So basically, you have to really hold yourself accountable po in everything that you do. So there's no one watching you na basically. Everything that you do, you should set it up. You obviously still have your team with you. That's never gonna be gone. But then it's all up to you basically to do the things you have to do every single day, and the work ethic, and that's the thing that I mean me and Aidric and like all of the professional athletes, we all have a work ethic coming now from our junior days, but then it becomes different, especially in professionally. You have to step it up. You have to be able to adapt accordingly to all the challenges that comes your way.
Okay, Aidric and Carl, no, for the information, so that a lot of our viewers are interested that now that you're into professional in the circuit, so to speak, no, di ba? Can you explain it to us? Paano ba yan, di ba? Siyempre, unlike amateur, di ba? Meron talagang nag-guide sa'yo, di ba? Dahil amateur lang yan eh. Ngayon sa professional dito sa Asian Tour, ano ba ang mga qualifications at saka kayo ba ang mamimili ng paglalaruan, di ba? How do you sustain that? Di ba? Siyempre, lipat-lipat ka ng iba-ibang bansa, di ba? Can you explain it to our viewers?
Aidric, siguro?
Aidric?
Yeah. Of course po. So usually po, it starts with us playing in local tours. So katulad ng right now, I'm actually playing here sa Philippines, sa Taiwan, and the ADP. Kasi as golfers, we try to look for paths na we'll try to gain from one step. Because it's like a stepping ladder, right?
Yeah.
You can't just suddenly gusto ko maglalaro ng Asian Tour, maglalaro ng Asian Tour. No, it doesn't work that way. It's like qualifying din. So from doon, make qualifying once a year. From there, you kind of see if you can play Asian Tour or not. There's only top 30 players who get to play. Or you get the top 10 within the ADP. So, katulad sa amin ni Carl, our path right now is through ADP. Very competitive kasi in qualifying. We actually didn't come up with the top 30 na happened last December. But we were able enough to get some status dun sa ADP, and now if we finish top 10 sa ADP, we'll play Asian Tour.
What is the biggest challenge, Carl, for young professional golfers like you? Kagaya yan, sinasabi ni Aidric, no? It's a stepping stone towards something else.
Diba?
Ano yun? Anong pinaka-challenging dyan sa ginagawa ninyong career as a professional golfer?
I mean, I think for me, it's picking what tournaments to prepare for.
Exactly, yung nga.
Because there's always gonna be tournaments available, and then you could go on for 6 straight weeks na tuloy-tuloy po, and you want to do that because you're starting out. You want to be able to play all the events because like a lot of people say, the more you play, the more chances you have. But then not necessarily, from like top professionals. I've been hearing po na it's better to always just prepare for like gano katagal ka ba. That's when you find your limits, like 3 straight weeks hanggang ganun lang, tapos medyo mag-deteriorate na yung game mo, and the feedback of playing not at your very best is not as good, and you're just falling off a lot more. I think that's the thing about playing professionally. You have to really think about your body, then fly it and everything. So kailangan tinitignan mo na ito, like next 3 weeks all out, I'm really gonna prepare for this 3 weeks, 2 weeks out pa lang, or a month before, prepare your body pa lang, and then tuloy-tuloy, even when you're in the tournament, every single day, every single hole, kailangan hindi ka nag-exert as much na, hindi ka na you keep your calm, keep your composure all throughout, so you don't get as much tired also. It's always thinking about what comes next while you're also in the present. So, parang yun po that's the biggest challenge for me, as a, new professional, is picking, and like where I should put my energy on, where I should basically focus on every single time. Kasi everything is like connected po talaga towards like our goal.
Ultimate goal. That's
Ultimate
right.
Goal. Yeah, because Aidric and Carl, looking at you guys, you look so young. Huh? If we may ask, how old are you? Both Aidric and Carl.
I'm 24 po.
24. And
we're both 23 po.
23.
Yeah, so talaga yung grind. The reason why I asked your age, talagang grinding yung pinapasukan nyo. Hindi biro ang Asian Tour eh. Or even the PGA Tour as well, di ba? Dahil yung titignan mo yung pagpupunta mo. Because I'm just parang pinapattern ko lang kung if you watched Happy Gilmore, di ba? Talagang yung namimili ka, tapos yung earnings mo na kailangan malaman mo rin para makuha mo yung rankings mo, di ba? It's not just...
Tsaka maraming gastos dyan.
Maraming gastos
dyan.
maraming gastos yan, di ba?
You both studied in the US for your college. Si Aidric went to University of Arizona, and of course si Carl went to San Jose State University. So both of you had US training. Gaano kalaki yan para sa inyo? How did that help the two of you? Aidric, ikaw muna.
I think for me, definitely in competition. It's nice to see po na the people we're actually competing with, they're also performing sa big stages. Both me and Carl, we've seen pong compete sa PGA. Some have been competing sa Live. And some are competing sa Corn Ferry. I mean, those are the 3 tours na parang we're also trying to get to. Actually, also the DP World Tour. These are the people na we were able to see play. They're also pretty competitive in a way na they grew up in different places around the world. And, for us sa golf kasi it depends on when you're peaking. If you're gonna peak at the right time, and then it's easy for you to climb up the ladder. But if, for us na we're just starting out, we're looking for that peak. And sana, at the right time, we do the same.
Carl, what about you? How big was that experience sa San Jose?
I was, like Aidric said, it was very big po talaga. You get to see these players, like even one of my former teammates was in the PGA right now. Just to be able to...
Sino yun?
Kevin Velo po.
Okay.
He just got... This is his first year also in the PGA. Like he talked to us a lot. You get to learn from him, and knowing that he made it, and knowing that your game isn't far from where he was, and basically we're in the right path. We just have to keep doing the right things, compounding every day. That's yun po yung parang importante po sa akin, because Aidric po na nanalo siya in Lexus. It gives me a lot of confidence po, and also in myself na if Aidric can po, you see Aidric, how Aidric practices and everything, it gives you more confidence, gives me more inspiration po to do better, and to basically keep on going po.
Yeah, but who inspired you to turn pro? Diba? Dahil syempre,
may mga peg yan.
May mga peg yan.
Mga favorite golfer na nag-inspire sa inyo.
Sino nag-inspire sa inyong dalawa to turn into pro?
Ikaw muna, Aidric.
Actually, Carl and I actually got into golf because of our late grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, so from
Are you related? Related ba kayo?
Yes, first cousins.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So, I think yun din po, that's actually my next point why Carl and I got really competitive. Carl and I grew up in Ateneo together. We grew up in the national team together. We grew up playing sa states. And from there on po, parang, we're bouncing off each other's energy. I mean, we know for a fact like Carl said earlier, we see each other practice, so we know what we're doing. So, like what Carl said, for me, it's only a matter of time. Carl also will get his first win, and we'll be climbing up the ladder, but at the same time.
Alright. Ikaw, Carl, sino naman ang inspiration mo outside of your grandfather?
I mean, seeing these, there's always gonna be the local pros rin po. It's like sila Tabuena, sila Juvic, and Aidric played with Juvic, and played with JQ. The up-and-coming Filipino pros there's always been in the back of our minds po. Like, there's such good inspirations because of what they've done. But then on the PGA Tour level, it was Victor Hovland po. Seeing him enjoy what he's doing, seeing him play, and even Ludwig Aidric, he's upcoming. I got to play with him.
Wow.
My freshman year and my junior year in the States.
Wow.
He's world number 6 right now or something. Grabe po, like, such big inspirations to my game, and something that I want to be able to do as well.
All right.
For me po.
Kanina, talking about world class athletes, kanina kausap natin si Alex Eala dito sa show, Carl and Aidric. When you see an athlete like that, as young as almost your generation, doing so well and becoming very successful. Anong klaseng inspiration yan, motivation for you as young professionals as well, Carl? Ikaw muna.
I've been watching a lot of tennis nga po growing up because my mom loves tennis, my dad loves tennis, so we always stay up. That was one of my idols. I've kind of been watching Alex like before pa po, and I've heard this name, and then only to see her in Miami Open win like that, Filipina, our own, like it's so inspiring po talaga, like especially like even Heidelin Diaz, when I saw her lift up that weight, I had to watch it from, I think I was in the States, and I watched it on a Facebook on a random Facebook live lang po, and then it's just so inspiring for Filipino like me, and an athlete as well, to because all the hardships, it's kind of similar to what they're feeling, the travel, knowing what's you have to play this event to get into another event, it's all fulfilling to see someone win.
Yeah.
It feels really good po talaga.
Ikaw, Aidric, the kind of athlete that you've seen in Alex, what do you want? What is your take from that?
Yeah, of course. Actually, Carl and I were able to speak a few words with her last year because Carl and I were in the Asian Games last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we actually had a picture with Alex, and it's nice to see talaga na there are more Filipinos in the world stage competing different sports. I mean, Carlos Yulo, Heidelin Diaz, like all these EJ Obiena, like you see all these successful Filipino athletes, na we're not that far off. Like we have the potential to be one of the best Southeast Asian countries to compete in sports. Like I think that just doesn't serve an inspiration for me and Carl, but for everyone out there na, you guys can pick up a racket, hit a ball, kick a ball, like, we never know where you're gonna go, but you have enough passion and support to get there.
All right.
Well, talking about now that you've just turned pro, okay? Leading towards this year, 2025, what are your plans? What are the tournaments that you'll be competing in the next several months? Will you be playing together in the same tournament, or you'll be going your own ways to compete and in other tournaments within the PGA Asian circuit? I mean,
I think Carl and I for now have about the same schedule. Right now we're working on the ADT, like I said.
ADT, okay.
Top 10 for that one would be the goal. There's also actually going to be another big tournament in the Philippines, the IS Philippines. It's an international series event, and it's going to be held in Santa Elena. That's also one of our
that's
goals.
when?
To get to play
Kailan yan?
it's around third week of October po. Third week or
Third week
second
of
week of
October.
October. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a very big platform po. We've heard na there are some major champions of golf coming. Just not too sure who. I think we might have heard Brooks Koepka or Dustin Johnson come over. I mean, yun talaga, that would be the best challenge to see where the golf is for the Filipinos.
Okay. So
Carl, what about you, Carl? Ano mga plano mo? Very quickly.
Basically the same as what Aidric said po. We're playing on the same tour, local tours and ADT. Local tours for for confidence building rin po, and it's really nice to play and learn from the guys here po. But yeah, one of the most ultimate goals po talaga is the IS po, the elevated event from the Asian tour. It's bigger prize money, but most importantly, you get to play with amazing pros po and learn from them. So
well,
yes.
Well, Carl and Aidric, we wish you all the best. Sana nga magpatuloy ang inyong career at maging matagumpay kayo. And we will always be here to support you, and we will follow your career as you go along. Maraming salamat for joining us today.
Good luck sa inyong dalawa.
Thank you
for having us. Thank
you for having us.
Mga kaibigan natin po, mga young professional golfers, Aidric Chan and Carl Corpus, abangan niyo yung mga pangalan yan. They will be athletes na talagang magaling.
Yun lang ang partner ng difference niyan dun sa atin dalawa. They are young professional golfers.
Tayo
golfer lang.
Tsaka unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
Alright, bago po tayo magtapos, announce lang natin ang mga nanalo sa ating Joyride Top Up promo. Si JM Ortigas, Charmaine Zanoria, Steven Castillo, Angel Rivera, at Renzo Dizon. Congratulations, 1,000 pesos JR Pay wallets para sa inyong lahat. Partner, it's been a red letter day para sa Power and Play at maraming po salamat sa inyo lahat sa inyong pong pagsubaybay. Lagi natin sinasabi tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy sporting weekend sa inyo lahat.
More power
and more play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa Pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Maniga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play is presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.